It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight. Hello, sweet peas. Today we're having a little rainy sewing vlog day. Shelly and I are gonna make some pairs of lane pants, which is a pattern by Sydney Graham, who we're obsessed with. If for some reason you're watching our channel and you're not watching hers, you should be, because she's an incredible content creator. She's very, very sweet. I really like her style. You should go check her out. But very excited. I haven't made myself a garment, I don't think, since college. I've like hemmed some pants, not well, and then especially since I have like really gotten back into sewing in the last few months, I have not made anything but like bags and like quilt pieces. So I'm excited. I'm nervous because the reason that I am hesitant to make garments is because I'm plus size, number one, and then number two, because I was teaching, like I was learning to sew in college, I would always do this thing where I would make my seam allowance too small to give myself like a little bit more room in the pattern because I was plus size, and it just like didn't work out. No one knows why, so I'm gonna be really brave and not do that today. This is also, I feel like it has like, the pattern has really good reviews, and Shelly's made it before, and like the pants are a little bit oversized anyway, so I'm hoping that I will not have to work so hard to not do that. I'll be making a size 26 in Sydney's lane pants pattern. Shelly's gonna be making a size 16. I normally wear in like Old Navy, Target, day-to-day, like a 20, like a 22 most of the time. Every now and then a 20, every now and then a 24. Shelly normally wears like a 14-ish. I feel like that's pretty typical based on my super old experience, so, you know, take this with a grain of salt, where like a pattern you're like making isn't usually necessarily the same size as whatever you'd buy at the store. You should just, basically what I'm saying is you should always check the measurements of both the body measurements of the pattern and then the finished garment measurements. For me, I know that I typically like things a little bit tighter when things are supposed to be oversized, so I'm going with a 26 today to make my first pair. If I don't like how loose they are, then with my next pair I'll go down to 24. And that's just kind of, you know, the nature of the game. I have two fabrics picked out. Let me grab them. My hope and my dream is to use this like fun one. I said in a vlog recently that I want to make a house dress out of this, and I still do. I also have the fitted sheet for this. I've only used it to make a quilted bag, so I still have a really good amount of it. But my fear is that it's gonna be too see-through. Can you guys see me? Maybe not, maybe it's fine. Anyway, and then if that doesn't work, I definitely have this, which I've also cut into, I think, just to make part of a quilt block. So I have a really good amount of that. I think I would wear these. I for sure would wear these. I have a new dream where if these go well, I'm going to make a top, hopefully out of the same material. I'm a huge fan of when people wear like a matching set. I love nothing more than a matching set. There was a matching set that went viral on TikTok Shop, and the quality was so terrible. Like, you can tell in the videos. That looks like this. And I haven't stopped thinking about it since it went viral, and I was like, it can't be that hard to make this. So I think that's essentially what I will do if I like the way these pants fit today, is I'm gonna find a pattern, not of a top like the viral TikTok thing. I wanna do one that's like, Sydney actually has a pattern that would work perfect, but like a little tie top, except I don't usually like to have my tummy out that much, so I think I would make sure to just tie it tight enough that you can't really necessarily see my tummy all that much, but like, maybe there's a little peekaboo every now and then, you know what I mean? Anyway, and then have like a matching suit. Very excited. I don't know if we will have time to finish them today. We will see. I will see. I'm excited to get them cut. Shelly actually already had the pattern cut because she made a size 26 for a friend of ours. So Shelly did all the hard work already, honestly, because that's the worst part. But yeah, next we're gonna cut some fabric and then we'll get into construction. Okay, here's how I'm feeling about this. It feels thick, but also right now as I'm unfolding it, it's like double, it's like triple folded, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So is it? But I feel like this is like not...
I mean, you're definitely not going to be able to wear black panties with it.
I know, that's my fear.
That's the only thing. Just wear nude panties or white.
Think of your panties.
Or pink.
I think that's what I'm drawn to about... These are my free label linen pants that I'm obsessed with, and I wear I have these, and I also have black ones that I don't wear as often because I don't wear a lot of black. But anyway, I like that I don't have to think about my panty choice. So that's going to be an adjustment. But I think you're right that it would be like worth it. Like holding it up to the light, you can see through it, but otherwise I feel like it's not that egregious. I think it's worth trying. And if I make them and then they're too see-through, then that is a problem to solve later. Cut to mirrored. So I should fold this in half and cut to.
Yeah. You are going to want to lay this out and make sure your pattern pieces are going to fit.
That's a good point that you brought
So
up.
I would fold it in half the widest way you can first, just to see if they'll both fit.
Move out of my way. I've only cut the pattern piece wrong twice so far. Here's what happened. One of them was supposed to be mirrored, which I didn't do. And so I had to recut one part. And then another part is that I just misread the instructions. And they are both on me, and I'm fine with that. I did have to go get my second sheet, but that was to be expected. I would have had to do that even if I cut the other pieces correctly. So really, nothing's wrong. All right, everything's cut out. I'm sort of a clean as you go sewist, so I am gonna fold up my unused fabric and then I'll probably pull up the YouTube video despite Shelly being here to help me. So I feel like it's helpful.
I've just watched it a few times already.
Yeah, that's me with the quilted bags that I've made like 30 of.
Yeah.
We're starting with pocket, which makes me very nervous. By the way, in case it wasn't clear, this is not a tutorial. If you want a tutorial, you should go watch Sydney's. This is me learning a new skill, and that's what we're here for. Detailed video tutorial here, and that's who I want. Go to the YouTube. Okay, team, like I said, this is my first time making a garment in a really long time, and I cannot more highly recommend this pattern. It was so easy to follow, especially with the YouTube video, because, I don't know, I'm just a visual person, and while I can read patterns, especially with Shelly's help, it just was like so nice to watch someone doing it as I was doing it. I am glad that I have been sewing for a few months before I tried to tackle something like a garment. However, I do think it's super possible. If you are like, I've only made like 2 pot holders and you want to make pants, go for it. I think something that especially millennials who were like gifted as children, I think something that we struggle with is we're like waiting for permission to do something that we might kind of do bad at first. And I'm here to give you that permission. Like, you do not need to know how to already sew. A lot of my friends are like, like I'll learn to sew later. You know, like it would just take so long to learn a new skill that's like this old and like complicated. But like the time will pass anyway. You know what I mean? You might as well learn. If you have a friend with a sewing machine, you can also be like, hey, can I come to your house and we can make something together, take turns using the sewing machine? You can probably borrow one from your library. Like, there are lots of options. And every single time someone comments saying like, you've inspired me to like pick up sewing or like start a different hobby like knitting or crochet, it brings me so much joy because there is so little that we can control right now in the world. And this is something that not only I think is a great skill to have as you continue through your adult life, but it is also something that brings so much pride and joy. And that's something that I say every single time I talk about this, but it really does. It's amazing. You will see me use a couple of different things in these videos, such as Shelly's serger or the little wood clapper that I was using when ironing. Those are really cool tools. And there's other things that I'm sure you'll see that are really cool and helpful. They are not things that you absolutely need. You really just need like a sewing machine and some thread and some thrifted fabric and scissors or a rotary cutter and a place to iron and a place to cut. And honestly, you can find a lot of those things secondhand, or you can Google like other things you can use. Some people who don't have an ironing board will just fold over a towel twice, you know? All that to say, I just want you to know that you are very capable of doing this. And I also want to thank you so much for watching these videos because I love making them. I was doing some top stitching and I accidentally stitched the pocket to the pants the wrong way. Sorry for the backlighting. We're at the portion where I have a pant-like structure. I'm matching up the crotch right now, which is proving to be more difficult than I thought, but certainly not impossible. That's okay. And then I'm stitching the entire inseam together. So these have come together quicker than I thought, but I would not say quick, but I do think it's just because I'm learning mostly. Plus you have to serge everything, which takes not as long as it would if I didn't have a serger here. But looking at them, I'm thinking the next pair I make might be 24s, but we'll see. I'm not regretting having pants too big because you can take pants in. You can't always make them bigger. So that's how I'm feeling at this point in time. I will check back in when it's time to put in the waistband, which I am very nervous about. All right, the next step is to put a buttonhole in my waistband because I want to do the drawstring. And are you doing the drawstring or no? You must not be.
I am not doing the drawstring. I have no drawstring desire. Okay, I don't actually... I'm gonna have to get my instruction manual because I've only done this a couple of times.
I haven't done this in like 15 years.
Just cutting it. So we can just unpick it if it sucks.
That's true.
Okay, now I have to push this back. That's the part you have to remember.
Yeah, otherwise you just go forever.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I forgot to make a drawstring, so I'm unpicking this hem on the sheet. And I'm going to turn that into a drawstring. It is a few inches too short, so I think I'll have to add some length to it, but that should be fine. I'm not really worried about it, especially because I feel like a drawstring is not something people will look at. But if it's wonky, I just won't use it. Maybe I'll buy one. So that's where I'm at right now. All right, we're here in waistband time, and I've never been more confused. That's okay though. So we're taking waistband. We're flipping, flip! Okay. Now she's lost me again. This is very confusing for my brain. Okay. Right. And, okay, and here's that. How important is it, do you think, that the waistband lines up perfectly? What do you guys think?
Okay, those are done pants except for hemming now.
Hey! Are you gonna hem them tonight? You have a hemming problem. I knew it.
I know the light's already on.
If you do it now, then they're done. Take your pants off, Mimi.
Hate it.
Opposite advice of the baby.
It's true. Okay. I am still nervous, but I am brave. When should I put in the tag? Probably before elastic, but I could probably do it after this step. I have to sew this around, leaving a 2-inch gap. Put in your bets as to whether I will remember the 2-inch gap. Here, let me put 2. I saw some girly once say that she does like 2 pins where she's gonna stop. They're not, I use clips, not pins, whatever. How am I sewing this? Thinking, calculating. Okay, yeah, that's fine. All right, I'll see you in a minute. I'm gonna also put in my tag. I haven't decided which one yet though, so it'll be a mystery to all of us. You look so cute. Yeah, they look great. You feel like they're too...
They're really kind of loose.
Oh, Mimi.
Thank you. I mean, I could easily unpick a little. I guess I'm just gonna hem them now and wear them. Also, they're like a cotton percale, so they're a little bit thicker than. Yeah. I don't know.
I feel like it's nice.
I think it's gonna be better when I make the linen pair. This is just kind of my toile that I was.
I'm very excited to make a zillion linen pair. I think I'm gonna go to Cotton Patch tomorrow with the baby and get some rainbow plaid looking kind. But yeah.
I have a sheet to dye.
That's right. That's exciting. Yes. Yeah. We'll see them after you hem them.
Yeah.
Is that super warm blanket you were talking about?
Oh, it's so warm.
It's a 10-foot blanket. Like, it's 10 foot square, I think.
Okay. It is the next day. Sue me. I have a waistband and a drawstring and look. This isn't one from Sarah Hart's. This is one I think that Shelly got from Joann's a while ago, but so all I have left is to hem them. I am kind of short. I'm gonna do what she says to do in the instructions first and then pin it and see if that works, and if not, I can iron them shorter. I'm just ironing, sorry. Not sewing yet. Ironing, pinning, where the hem is suggested, but I will probably have to make it a little shorter. We'll see. Okay, I did stop filming kind of towards the end. The only thing that happened is I hemmed the pants, and for those who care, who are keeping track at home, I am about 5'4", like 5'3.5". Sydney's instructions for the lane pants have like a 3-inch hem, so you fold it under a 1/2 inch, then you fold it over 3 inches, and that way you have like a little bit of wiggle room if you need it to be a little longer for people who are taller. However, I'm not very tall, so I ended up having to hem it the 1/2 inch and then another 5.5 inches. So the only thing I think I'm gonna change, I might still make a size 24 pair in like a stretchy fabric. Maybe? I don't know, maybe not. I like the way these fit. I just want to change the hem, and I think if I cut off the 2.5 inches extra that I had to like hem it, that maybe that would fix it. She has like a hack on her YouTube about how to make the lane pants a bit more tapered, and I might do that with my next pair. I really like the wide leg look. It's just not what I'm always wanting, you know what I mean? I did already cut out the pattern for the Sid tie top, so that is I think what I'm gonna make next. Well, actually I'm gonna make a present for someone and then go back to the tie top. I don't know if I'll film it. I don't know, I go back and forth. I try to film right now about like half of the things I'm working on, because I think if I film every single project and turn it into work, then I won't be enjoying it as much. But I really like doing the little like work in progress updates at the end of random videos that have nothing to do with sewing, so I'll probably keep doing that. Before I get to a full conclusion, we did have 2 things that were at the P.O. box. So first, this is from Chloe. Oh my gosh, this is such a nice long letter. This is so sweet. I won't read the whole thing because it's a little personal, but basically it says that they worked on this book as part of a school project, and part of it was while they were watching Vlogmas, which is very cute. Okay, hold on. There's also other things. We have Briar's First Day, a moving story about meeting new people and the power of words. We can never have too many books. Our baby loves books. We read several books a day. Then they also sent some stuff from their Etsy shop, Curly Girl Press. Oh wait, I might already follow them on Instagram. If not, I will. Minneapolis College of Art and Design 2028. Okay. I spoiled myself for 2 of them. That's okay. Okay, first, we have a dynamic duo. That's so cute. And then this is on the back of their book. 2 more icons. What a lovely photo of me and Felix. That's so cute. Thank you so much. This is so cool. There you go. Screenshot if you need it, everyone. Then, please handle with care on the outside. Oh, it smells really good. Okay, so this is from Mary Beth. Thank you so much, Mary Beth. They own a tea company. Chesapeake Tea Co. I'll put the website in the description and on the screen, as always. That's so cool. With an online shop available for anyone non-local to enjoy our organic herbal tea blends too. I'm so excited. We've kind of been in like our tea era, so this is actually coming at like a perfect time. There's also stickers. Hold on, everyone. Okay, there's a lot of them, so I won't go into all of them. I'll just pick some of my favorites. Sloth, drinking some boba tea. Mitochondria of the soul. A little tea kettle. That's so cute. Okay, let's look at these teas. Oh, okay. Get out of here. It smells so good. Okay, so they included a little, oh shoot, what are these even called? One of these, you know what I mean? I feel like the way I'm holding it, I'm like the old woman in the Titanic. I'm like, ooh, here's my, what is it called? Anyway, you guys know. Oh my god, there's so many. Okay, rapid fire. Rest Easy without lavender, chamomile lemon balm. Oh, and they wrote caffeinated and non-caffeinated. Maybe that's standard in tea companies. I have no idea. I think it's extra cute. Rest Easy with lavender, chamomile lavender lemon balm, campfire glow, smoked black tea. Oh, and there's instructions. Chocolate chai, happy tummy, ginger mint, lemon cake. Very interested in that. And lavender Earl Grey cream. Bergamot. Huge hit at our house. That is so sweet. Thank you so much. I will be enjoying this, at least one of them probably before bed. I always love when you guys send stuff from your small businesses because then I get to shout them out to other sweet peas and then we can have like a little sweet pea sort of economy. Thank you so much to Mary Beth and to Chloe. That's so sweet. I love mail day. I love mail day. It's the best. So some of my final thoughts, again, incredibly easy pattern. Cannot wait to make more. I'm super excited to make my matching top. I think it'll be really cute. I am debating possibly cropping it more than she has it cropped, but my plan is to basically make it as instructed and then go from there, which is kind of what I think everyone should do anytime you're making a new pattern. And I'm sure you're excited to see the final results. So here is some footage of me walking around in them. Again, really like where they ended up laying. I do remember Sydney saying in her video that the first time you wear them right after they're made is kind of like the longest they'll be, so they might shorten a little bit just because as you're making something like a pair of pants, you're ironing them the whole time, so they will shorten up a little bit as they become a little more crinkled. And then here are Shelly's pants. They turned out really cute. I'm super excited to see how she styles them continually as she continues to wear them. Yeah, I'm really proud of us. I feel like it's so exciting to make something. Like, this was just a bunch of sheets at a thrift store and now it's pants, you know what I mean? And soon it will also be a matching top and I will look like a freaking Easter queen walking down the street, and that's all I could ever hope for. Thank you so much for watching these. Thank you so much for every single comment, and I've seen folks like hyping the video. I don't know what that does. I think it's really fun and I think it's fun that we're all having fun doing it, but I have no idea what it does. Every single like, every comment, every person who follows us or reposts something is huge. It makes a huge difference, and it is a huge part of the reason why we're able to do this incredibly fun and incredibly weird job. If you've never been here before, my name is Morgan and I'm married to Felix, and we post a lot of content about crafting, sustainability, our lives, being parents to a toddler, and being a queer couple in the year 2026. If you're thinking maybe you'd like to support us a little more, we also have a Patreon. Over there we post unedited videos that we usually turn into short form. We post about twice a week these longer, sort of just like talking, yapping, chatting sort of videos that are unedited and just like very chill about updates, and sometimes talking about brand deals and just kind of things we wouldn't want to post to like the bigger internet. You can support us there for as little as $1, but if you pay $8 or more, you get to be part of our YouTube Superstars tier. And if you're on that, then you get to watch these YouTube videos without any ads, which is great because then you don't have to support YouTube, but you can directly support us. And that's something we love. A lot has been going on in the world, especially in the US. It can be hard to find reasons to stick around and see this through, but I am so proud of you for doing that. Thank you so much for watching these. Thank you so much for being here. The world is so scary, but you are so lovely, and I'm so proud of you. Please go drink some water. Please tell your friends to be kind to themselves. Please be kind to yourself. And please go out there and do something a little silly. Just for me, okay? Okay, enjoy the bloopers. Goodbye.
Mommy,
Just.
Yeah.
That's so cute, buddy.
So you have to use your snips for that?
Oh, these are baby scissors for babies. Because I know that they're for paper, you know what I mean?
Yes.
That would be so insane of me to use this. You should be, because she's an incredible content Some classic standing surgeon.
Yeah. I realized I stand and surge a lot.
An online shop available for anyone non-local to enjoy our organic. I can't talk. With an online shop available for anyone non-local to enjoy our organic. Oh my word. I promise I can spell. I mean, talk.